Hey, you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. I'm glad you could join us. Thank you for coming. So while you're here, let me ask you a few questions you might be able to relate to. Do you constantly find yourself playing the caretaker in your intimate relationship?
Yep.
When your partner or when things fall apart, do you always find yourself picking up the pieces?
Yep.
Would your name be something like Captain Save-A-Ho? In the beginning, there's always equal give and take, but now does it feel like your relationship's a little one-sided?
You ain't shit. And you never gonna amount to shit.
Well, my friends, you may be in a codependent relationship, so after this episode, you'll be fully aware of what it is, if you're in one, and what to do about it. After this disclaimer and intro. This podcast is for conversation and educational purposes only. I am not, let me repeat, not a mental health clinician that's allowed to give you medical advice to go do some dumb shit. Yes, I said dumb shit. I do curse to express my individuality, so if that offends you, then please don't motherfucking listen. Now, y'all, enjoy the show. Are you tired of that bullshit? Toxic people in relationships. You may be dealing with the narcissist. Are you dealing with the narcissist? Who puts you down in every argument? You might be fighting your depression. Are you fighting your depression? Trying to figure out the lesson. Damn, what's the lesson? Maybe you're looking for a soul. Where she at? Where he at? But the dating scene ain't looking great. Well, I'm two keys and I'm in town. What's up? I'm gonna help you lay them burdens down. So please enjoy this episode of the Sexy Nurse Chronicles. Welcome to the Sexy Nurse Chronicles, a mental health podcast where we sip tea. Y'all, where's my tea? And talk about love, relationships, and mental health. I am your sexy ass creator and host, Nurse Motherfucking Two Keys.
How you do?
It's Kiki. What's one key plus one key? Two keys. Two motherfucking keys. Like I asked.
How you do?
So if I am new to you, just to let you know who I am, I'm a psychiatric registered nurse, student psychiatric nurse practitioner, award-winning student of academia and some, y'all. So a bitch got a little authority, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I am a divorced mom of two who struggled through a childhood narcissistic relationship and ended up attracting narcissistic relationships in my adulthood, y'all. So I'm here to take y'all on my healing journey from victim to victor. If you are new to my channel, please make sure that you like this episode because I like you and you like me.
Yep.
Hit that notification bell so we can keep in touch.
Okay.
And make sure you hit subscribe so we can be stuck like Chuck, y'all. And that's on what?
Harriet!
All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the hype. Let's talk about codependent relationships, y'all. This is a huge topic of healing with mental health and relationships. And we be in codependent relationships and don't even know it. But y'all, I'm finna tell y'all what the fuck it is. You feel me?
I told you.
Okay. Because once you know what codependency is, you can come into a relationship with a different perspective. We can do this motherfucker right without all the toxicity and the drama. Because when you first get with somebody, oh my gosh, it's just like fireworks. And you want to be around this person all the time. And if you're not healed from old relationships, you're so quick to jump into another relationship to feel that energy, that void that you're missing from the past relationship. But in real time, real talk, you got to give yourself time to heal. If you find yourself going from one relationship to the next and you broken, motherfucker, you wrong. So right now, we're going to make it right. your sis. She gonna come through. We're gonna talk about what codependency is. If it's you, I ain't mad at you. I was codependent. I've been in plenty of codependent relationships thinking, I'm doing the right thing because I'm Captain who? Captain Save-A-Ho. So ain't no more Captain Save-A-Hos after today. And because this topic is so important, we might break this down into a little series. I don't know. I just got my creative energy flowing. Honey, I'm ready to help y'all heal. You help me heal. We're going to heal and deal in this motherfucker. So let's talk about what codependency is. So in my terms, codependency is a relationship that you are in, and there's an unequal exchange of energy. You know how you tell a motherfucker, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
I mean, like you won't think something like that. You won't think something like that.
So this is energy that you're giving, and this is energy that you're getting back. And in a healthy relationship, it's equal. And in a honeymoon phase of a relationship, when you first meet somebody, yes, the honeymoon phase is what we call it. Feel like you're on clouds, like you're married. This is the one, okay? He is the one. She is going to have my kids. She is going to,
How nasty of you!
we going to do this, we going to do that. You feel those butterflies, those jitters. It makes you happy. So happy, but then eventually everything kind of turns sour. You're like, what the fuck happened? We were so good. Like, what happened? So what happened was you moved too fast in the relationship because you like that feeling. That feeling you got that rush of dopamine. Dopamine is that chemical in your brain that says that fried chicken is good. I want another hitter. That sex so good. I'm fiending for it. Or, somebody's on drugs. When they hit that heroin, hey, y'all know it's no coming down from that. That's basically what a codependent relationship is. It's like a high off of somebody. And it's unhealthy. And it's unhealthy because a lot of people who are in codependent relationships, they struggle with problems from back in the day, from when they grew up, and it's trickled on into their adulthood. And so it's like what they're lacking, what they're missing as a young child or in their teens or wherever it was, they're trying to get that feel from somebody else, okay? So they become codependent. But with a codependent relationship, it's not just them. It's also the person that's given into, the caretaker, the one who feels like they got to be who? Captain what? Save-A-Ho. Okay, y'all following me? Y'all want to talk mental, baby? Let's talk mental, okay?
Okay.
See, when that person doesn't get poured into, then they get tired. In order to fill somebody else's cup, you gotta have some of your own. So when you running on fumes, you frustrated than a motherfucker. Now you realize you move too fast, man. I'm telling you, that dopamine, that feel good reward system that you get every time you feel that dose of love, yeah, it feels good. But everything that you love, baby, I'm gonna tell you something, baby, it's not good for you. I love chocolate, but if I keep on eating it, a bitch gonna be a diabetic.
I told you.
I'm just saying, y'all. I'm trying to keep it funky with you. So yeah, these codependent relationships, you'll also see the relationship moving kind of fast. You never took time to get to know each other. Take that time to get to know each other and date, to figure out if you really like somebody. Because only time, baby. Only time will tell, yeah. Only time will tell. And so that foundation is that time that you spend before you dedicate yourself to the relationship. But you know what? We want to move so fast. Let me use this analogy. You remember, honey, I'm trying to use an analogy and I don't even remember the damn example. Hold on, y'all. Let me sit my teeth. Let me eat my Taylor port. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. Now remember. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, okay? But just think about the 3 little piggies. Every time the piggies were happy, they was making their house. They like, we finna moving on up to the east side. Yeah, they would. They'll make their little house or whatever, and then here come the bad wolf. And he like, I'm a huff, I'm a puff, and I'm a blow your motherfucking house down. And they was like, ah. And he went, bitch was gone. I think they made it out of like hay or something. And then the second time, honey, they done got over that little hump. Okay, so now they done built their house again. They might be using, I'm just making my own little 3 little piggies story up. They might use fucking plastic this time, because they're like, hell, at least I know it ain't gonna rain in this bitch. Might be a little more stable. But then here he come. That badass wolf, toxic than a motherfucker. And that wolf can be family, can be friends, anybody trying to blow your shit down. But when the trouble strikes and that motherfucker came through, was like, bitch, fuck your plastic ass house, bitch.
Got him!
My bad, y'all. Let me blow up in your ear. My breath smell good though. Hold on. Yeah, it smell good. So now they got to get over that hump, right? All right, here come the big bad wolf the 3rd time. Oh, now y'all think y'all big and bad. But hey, this time the piggies got smart. They went to Home Depot and was like, hey, sir, in the whatever department, in the custom service, hey, I got this badass wolf that keep this bad, mean-ass wolf, toxic-ass wolf, keep on blowing my house down. So first I used hay, sir. Then I use plastic, in just case it rains. We won't get rained on, because the hay was like, it wasn't working. But that's what we had with what we had. But so the dude at Home Depot said, oh, let me show you where the brick is. Come on now. All right. He said, let me show you where the brick is. So here's the brick. So they found the bricks. And then he took them to the other department, made some concrete. Got some concrete, some ready mix, and they put some water on it, stirred it up a little bit, and put the bricks up. And then, they were prepared this. So they did put a little plastic on the ceiling, give it that little sunroof look. Might have got a solar system too. Hell, who knows? But anyways, the big bad wolf. He said, oh, y'all really think y'all done moved on up. For the shit on y'all for the 3rd time. So that motherfucker took his hot ass breath and was like, yeah, honey, in the inside, honey, the piggies, honey, they was like, we finna be some chitlins today. Ooh, we gonna be some chitlins. I love you. I'll see you on the other side. Ooh, you might be reincarnated in some ham, but I'll still be your bread. I love you. You understand? You get it. But what had happened was they were built on a solid foundation. So basically the wolf huffed and puffed so long he got lightheaded. And so he just fell out. And that's the end of that fucking story, okay? Thank you. So the moral of the story is, because they had a strong, solid foundation, the adversities could come, they could huff, they could puff, but they could not blow that bitch down.
Got him!
That part. Come on now. Y'all want to talk mental, baby? Let's talk mental.
How you doing?
Inside that foundation, inside of the walls, inside of the brick, there is your spirituality, that higher being that you believe in. I call him Jesus. Some of them call him Yahshua. Some of them call him Allah. Some call him, boy, get this, honey, and give me that Tala.
How you doing?
But you get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm a Christian that also believes God made the universe, everything that works in it works according to his plan for those who love who? Y'all better stop playing with me. Honey, I will cuss you out and preach a sermon at the same time because at the end of the day, I gave you the disclaimer at the beginning of the episode. So, bitch, stop playing with me.
I told you. I told you.
I mean, whoever, whatever you praise, you got to, these days, you got to have something other than this physical world on your side, honey. Honey, I got a little mixture, baby. I'm a Christian who likes to watch tarot, get her tarot reads done. I like to have crystals. Honey, I like to watch my spiritual sermons. I like to be in tune with nature. Honey, I'm using all kind of coping mechanisms, baby. I'm using all kind of pieces to build me up. I'm using self-help, doing shadow work, podcasting, going to school, honey, maintaining. But most of all, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to actually have this understanding because you will go through so many tests. You will go through so many houses, trials and tribulations until you learn the lesson of that story, then you move on. So that's why we're doing codependency, because it's time to move on. I get out of these relationships. I ain't going on my high horse or in a rabbit hole. But you got to have time. You have to build that solid foundation. You got to have that home insurance, which is embedded and covering the whole thing. That's your spirituality. Okay? So now you got a solid foundation and you're covered. You can stand the test of time because you took time to work on yourself, to learn yourself, to not just jump from one relationship to the next relationship because you're broken and you want that filled, or you need to feel loved, you need to feel appreciated, or you don't know how to go. You don't know how to survive. The care, the taker, the care, we ain't taking care of what we going to today.
And you know this, man.
We're going to talk about it today. We got time to what? Day. So y'all hold on. Let me sip my wine before I will read this little Bible scripture to y'all. Honey, the Lord said, drink ye wine and drink all of it. So y'all hold on. So Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 11. There's a time for everything and a season for activity under the heavens. There's a time to be born, and there's a time to die. There's a time to plant, and there's a time to uproot. There's a time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. Y'all get it? A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to get down and dance. Hey, 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 hey. Go Jesus, go Jesus, go Jesus, go Jesus, go Jesus, go, go, ayy. A time to scatter stone and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Come on now. A time to search and a time to give up. And Lord, take the lead. A time to keep and a time to throw away.
Cut that bitch off.
A time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak. Come on now. A time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I've seen the burden of God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful. It's in time and in this side of me. He also set eternity in human heart, yet no one can fathom. And what God has done from the beginning, He will do to the end. Period. Come on now. He said He gonna start this and He gonna finish it. But you have to understand the difference between times when to switch up, when it's time to adapt. And when you're in a codependent relationship, all those things, all those desires that you like, honey, they got you blindfolded with your hands tied to your back. Honey, well, we finna cut that.
Cut that bitch off.
We finna come in like an action movie and be like, honey, we finna tear the club up. Y'all better stop playing with me. There's a time. So part of healing from a codependent relationship is knowing timing. You know, it's learning your timing, when to set those boundaries, when to enforce them, and when to move on. And when you do move on, because you still really ain't learned the lesson yet, God gonna bring you another relationship like that. And we're going to see if it's time for you to step the hell up and do what you got to do. Stick to your boundaries. Take your time to know somebody. I'm telling y'all, it takes time to know somebody. You think you know somebody won't be so in love, so impulsive. That little honeymoon stage, it don't last long. And when it do wear off, and you done tied yourself into something that you can't get out of, or you can, but it's going to take some work. You're going to wish you took that time.
How you do?
It take time to cook. It take time for a degree. Honey, don't nobody wants, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. It's called healing. It's called being by yourself and standing that pain until the point where you love being by yourself. I love being in here. I love being by myself. I love going through the struggle by myself. I learning myself so I can teach a motherfucker how to learn me. Because if I can't teach you how to learn me, if I don't even learn me, how can I teach you?
Cut that bitch off.
Because these days and age, you got to put your foot down. You got to have boundaries. You got to step up. There's too many people that are praying over innocent, empathic people like you and me. And I know it's like you and me because ain't no narcissistic ass motherfucker gonna still sitting here, still be sitting here. Y'all, the devil is working on my throat chakra today, baby. I'm getting it out though. I don't give a damn, and I'm not editing that either. But you know, it takes time. The devil, honey, he wants to steal, kill, and destroy. That's where you step in at, and you can do it by yourself.
Yep.
And when you do it by yourself, you enjoy yourself, you love yourself, you know what you deserve. Honey, a pat on the motherfucking back, bitch. So pat yourself on the motherfucking back because sometimes some people ain't gonna talk to your storm. You got to talk to your storm. Sometimes you got to tell your mountains, not about how hard it's been to your mountains, but tell their mountains how hard and how good God is and how he works in your storms. Y'all better stop playing with me. So, y'all, we're going to break this up a little bit. So, a couple episodes ago, I announced a relationship that I was in. Y'all know I ain't going to talk about nothing if I ain't in it, and I was serious in it. It didn't work out. We had some differences. It wasn't even toxic differences. But I found myself in this codependent relationship because, and I would say that I was codependent because when we hit that turbulence, a bitch was heartbroken, and I was sick as a dog. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was sick as a fucking dog. But you know what I learned in that experience? I learned that I was replacing him with my happiness, and I should have been replacing God with my happiness. Because in real talk, when you're in a healthy relationship and you know yourself and you love yourself and you've done yourself healing, nobody can replace your happiness. They can only add to it. So this was my breakup song. I was in my feelings. I was going through my healing. And y'all know, if you're new to this or you're new to me, I make a song about every topic that I talk about. So I hope y'all like this. I've healed from this journey, but I want y'all to hear it anyways because I know that y'all can relate. So this is the breakup song, and I'll be back. Hope you like. My check. Nurse 2 keys in this bitch. This is the breakup song. We broke up. No makeup sex, bitch, it's really done. All the shit that I did for you. All the shit that I did for you. Took you places you never knew. Then you started getting comfortable. All the shit that I did for you. All the time that I put in you. Now you wanna tell me that we do. After all this time I've been with you. Bitch, fuck you. I'm a bad bitch, bad attitude. Nigga, you rude. So taking my time to go and do you. But karma's a bitch. Yeah, karma's a bitch. Especially when I open up and introduce you to my kids. This is the breakup song. We broke up. This is the breakup song. We're done. This is the breakup song. You blocked. You got on my nerves, so I had to kick you to the curb. All the shit that I did for you, all the shit that I did for you, took you places you never knew, and start getting comfortable. All the shit that I did for you, all the time that I put in you. So now you wanna tell me that we through? We done? After all this time I've been with you. After all this time I've been with you, and now you wanna trip. You made a vow to me, be down with me to the very end. So now you fake, and now you faking, and now you renege, and now you renege. Especially when I open up and introduce you to my kids. So we broke up, now choke up. Cause I'm like, what the fuck, bruh? You ain't calling, you ain't texting, and when I call you, you don't answer. We make plans for the future, but I don't see it with you. I don't see shit. No, I don't see it with you. This is the breakup song. We done. This is the breakup song. This is the breakup song. This is the breakup song. All the shit that I thank you guys. I love you for sticking with me. For 18 episodes, 18 season 2, season 2. On my birthday, I'll be going to November. If I got a nigga with some money, then we can go on in February. Everything you need to know is in the description box. Make sure you download. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do everything inside that makes you feel great. So don't never hate. Don't never nurse your kids. It's checking out. I love you. Season 1 is done. We done. We done. I'm blocking you. I'm blocking your mama. I'm blocking your brother. I'm blocking your cousin. I'm blocking your granny. I'm blocking your man. I'm blocking everybody. Hey. Ooh. Bitch. Yeah, we broke up. I will see y'all on my birthday. I love you, nurse. Check it out. Bye. Yes, so y'all heard it from me. Actually, this is the end of the first episode of, the first season of the Sexy Nurse Chronicles podcast, y'all. A bitch gonna take a little break, but we gonna come back still. Season 2, episode number 1. Or 19, but 18 is something very special to me. My angel number is 18. You got to be old enough to do a lot of shit at 18, honey. 7 is ending, 8 is new beginning. We're gonna put a 1 on that, and we're gonna keep this bitch spinning. So I love you guys. Y'all make sure you like this motherfucker if you haven't already. And I love y'all bitches. Peace. I'll be back on my birthday, September 6th, Labor Day weekend. Turn up, bitch.